Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with a VCLT video from my friend here in the VC that lives in the same town as I do, Mike. Contacted him a couple weeks back, I guess now, saying I had some stuff for him. I mainly had a piece of audio gear that I had swapped out with something else, and I wanted to get him that piece of gear because I thought he could use it, and had a few pieces of vinyl sitting around that I had picked up that I thought he might be interested in also. So we got together yesterday and had some lunch at a local pizza place by my office, which was really nice to hang out and talk about sort of the goings on with the local record stores and the different things we had found and stuff like that recently. So that was really nice to sort of hang out, have lunch and chat, and it's always fun meeting up with people in the vinyl community. It's especially nice to have someone right in your own town. So if there's somebody in the VC that's in your town, definitely get in contact with them and hang out. If you're traveling to a town and you want to meet up with some people, definitely do that. So this is some stuff he had for me, and I wanted to share it all with you in a video here. Wasn't sure whether to do sort of a live opening on this stuff or sort of open it off camera and then talk about it. Decided to go ahead and do the live opening thing. It's a little more fun that way to sort of discover things along with you. I can be more enthusiastic that way. So the first thing he gave me, which is kind of nice, kind of something I've been interested in trying myself, is a record cleaner called Turgitol, or it's sort of a general overall kind of cleaning called Turgitol. It's actually called Turgiclean is the brand name they're using for this formulation that's specific for cleaning records with, and he gave me a copy of their instructions that go along with it. And you buy it in a bottle on, I think you can buy it on Amazon, buy a bottle for, it's around $25, and it makes like 30 gallons of record cleaner or something. But he gave me enough here to make a few gallons of record cleaner with, which is nice. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna mix some of this stuff up and give it a try as a record cleaner, because I've been curious about it, been hearing a lot of good things about it. I think somebody left a comment on my record cleaning video about this stuff. I've known about it for a while now, and I've been wanting to try it for a while, and so this is finally gonna get me to give it a try. Thank you very much for that, Mike, and I'm glad I'm able to try this on your dime kind of thing. All right, and I got a nice bag of records here as well, so we're gonna open this up and see what is in here. He did say he typed up a message to me, so I'm gonna see if I can find that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab that out of here. Okay, he says, Wes, hope you enjoy some of these records. VCLT can be a little tricky. Yeah, I know how that is. Trying to predict what someone will like based on what you've seen from their collection. So here you'll find a variety of music covering several bases. Cheesy, fun, historical, funky, punkish, rockin', serene. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. I know it can kind of be tricky to nail down what I like, but the good thing is I like a lot of stuff, so it's difficult to find something that I don't like. So that's one good thing. It further goes on into more detail about each particular album and why he chose it and those kind of things, some historical stuff. So thank you very much for that. Definitely will use that as a reference as I go through these. Okay, this is quite an interesting piece here. This is Discotex and his Sexcellence. 1975 is the date on this one. I'm wondering if this is maybe a little bit disco-y, or I'm not sure. Let me see here. Okay, so the Discotex is probably not one of those so bad it's great records, probably just bad, but just couldn't pass it up at Goodwill this morning. Still sealed and all. Discotex and his Sexcellence, and that's a pretty crazy cover. So, and it is still sealed, which is cool. So yeah, that's a neat pickup. So thank you for that, Mike. Definitely will enjoy checking that out. Cool. Okay, this next one, something I've seen before but I do not have. This is TV Tunes presents Television's Greatest Hits, 65 TV themes from the 50s and 60s. He says he He found 2 copies of this in the same Goodwill, a couple days apart from each other, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, really nice copy of that too. And it's got, you know, Captain Kangaroo, the Little Rascals, the Flintstones, Bugs Bunny, McGilla Gorilla, the Jetsons, Leave It to Beaver. I mean, just tons and tons of TV theme songs. So that's a really nice collection. And then it's got a timeline of all the TV shows that are in here. It's kind of cool to when they started and when they ended. The TV Tunes record label, nice silver and blue label. So yeah, really cool. Definitely be some TV themes on there I know, and some TV themes on there I don't know. So it's cool to have a collection of them all. So thank you very much for that. Very cool. I did glance at see his name in the letter here, but this is a Josh White album titled In Memoriam. I guess this was released after his passing. But yeah, Josh White is a folk musician from the 50s. On the Tradition label. That's pretty cool. Let's see what he says about this one here. I believe you're familiar with Mr. Josh White. Yes, I do have several albums of his. I enjoyed getting to know his story and music. But yeah, this is something from Josh White that I didn't have. Really cool. He's got Foggy Foggy Dew, I'm Going to Move on the Outskirts of Town, The Last with the Delicate Air. Recorded in London, England on March 15th, 1951. March 15th is my birthday. That's cool. Not in 1951, though. I'm not quite that old. That's really nice. Traditions label. Side 2's got a double label. I don't know if you can see the wrinkles in that, but there's actually when you get a label that's wrinkly like that, it means there's 2 labels there. The labels themselves get actually pressed into the vinyl, and if there's 2 there, then obviously the top one doesn't really get pressed into the vinyl. So I have to be delicate with that when I clean, because they will separate. This is really cool. So this is Bo Diddley, Got My Own Bag of Tricks, 2 LP set live. I think it's a live album. Looks like a live album on Chess Records, but it's a French pressing, which is really cool. This is awesome. So yeah. And of course, Bo Diddley spent the last 30-ish years of his life living here in Gainesville or nearby Gainesville and in an outlying area of Gainesville. Played here in town occasionally. There's a plaza downtown that's dedicated to him where he actually played several times over the years. Nice sort of liner notes on this one, which is really nice. Very cool. It's got Vogue inner sleeves, which is French label. I guess maybe Vogue was the distributor for Chess Records in France. And there's the Chess label, a little bit different than what we're used to seeing here in the US. Very, very nice. It's got the SACEM for the French rights release kind of thing. There's also a newspaper clipping in here. I'm wondering if this is in French. No, it's not French. This is from the local newspaper, Gainesville Sun, an article written about him from 1982. Very cool. Look forward to reading that. Actually, there's and the Scene magazine is part of the local newspaper. It's sort of their arts and entertainment kind of thing here in town. There's an article about Bo Diddley, and it's talking about him living here. So he was already living here in '82. And it's talking about Bo Diddley being a legend just doesn't pay, which is, yeah, the '80s were pretty bad for blues artists, and they never really got the respect they deserved until they started passing away, kind of thing. But yeah, it'll be really cool to read this and check it out. And Mike, if you happen to see this, and if you didn't read it already, let me know if you want to be able to, if you want me to scan this in, and if you want to check it out for yourself. And there is a picture of Bo Diddley playing in front of the Hippodrome Theater, which is our local performing arts kind of theater where they do put on plays and whatnot, musicals and those kind of things. There's him playing out on the front steps of that. Really cool. And there's more on the other side here. Keep going with this one. Oh, wow. This one just keeps getting better and better. All right, so also in here, 2 tickets to see Mr. Bo Diddley here in Gainesville. Thursday, September 22nd. I don't know what year, but I'm guessing it's probably around the same time as these clippings, 82-ish. have to see if that was a Thursday or not. $5. Doors open at 8 p.m. No one under 19 admitted. 238 West University Avenue. Oh, with special guest Piranha Brothers. 238 West University Avenue. I'm gonna have to figure out what building that is and what's there now. I should know that, but I don't. There might not be anything there now. Or this could be the Florida Theater. That might be the Florida Theater. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, cool. 2 ticket stubs from a Bo Diddley concert here in Gainesville. Very awesome. And here we have another clipping from the local newspaper about Bo Diddley, and there he is with his grandson. Bo Diddley's real name is Elias McDaniels, and I need to figure this. I've been wondering this for a long time. I actually went to high school with some McDaniels, and I want to know if they're related or not. I need to research that some more. So yeah, that's a nice, another vintage clipping from the local newspaper. I believe this might be the continuation of that article. Yeah, really cool. Really awesome to have all these sort of goodies in with this album, and yeah, that's just awesome. An awesome find, Mike. Thank you very much. And again, if you want to, for some reason you didn't read these articles that were in here, let me know, and I will definitely scan them in or get them to you somehow. Okay, so next thing I have here is a blind buy from him. This is Seed Change with Cardboard Village. So I guess he says this is sort of a psych folk kind of thing. Apparently it has recently been reissued, but this is an original pressing of it. So he says this is pretty good. He did clean it up and give it a listen. Really cool sort of private press kind of stuff from Massachusetts. Really neat. Nice handwritten insert with lyrics on it and some different various drawings. That's pretty cool. There's the vinyl itself. Kind of plain looking, but pretty typical for private press kind of stuff. So yeah, I look forward to researching this myself and giving it a listen. Should be pretty fun. So thanks again. Awesome. Cool stuff. Okay, next is something I know he loves dearly himself. This is Jah Wobble with The Edge and Holger Zuke. He said this is a double from his collection. Wobble's career, real name John Wardle, started after his pal Sid Vicious died, and he joined Johnny Rotten's new band Pill, Public Image Limited. After a couple albums, he went solo, where he often collaborated with some interesting guests over the years. This one covers a lot of territory with contributors both from Zuke and Leibzeit of Cannes, as well as former PIL drummer Jim Walker, and production by 80s New York City disco freestyle electro team of Francois Kevorkian and Paul Groucho Smeichel. Fun stuff. It's a promo copy of that. Really nice. It's like 5 tracks on here. Yeah, I know he talked about this, liking this kind of stuff. I know he's mentioned Jah Wobble and these kind of people before. Something I'm not real familiar with, but definitely something I'm curious about. So thank you for sharing this with me. I look forward to have to go spin some of these right after I get done with this video. Before I have to go to work, because I'm on the evening shift this week and rest of this week and next week. So kind of a different schedule, but at least I have some more free time during the day. Label on that. Island Records label. Cool. Okay. Next thing I have here on the Celluloid record label, this is Golden Palominos with Visions of Excess. Definitely heard the Golden Palominos before, but not sure how I've heard of them before, so definitely new to me, but here we go. Next up, the Golden Palominos' second LP. Their first was an avant-garde punk jazz sort of thing, co-produced by Bill Laswell. He's talked about Bill Laswell a lot on his channel. Sort of did a lot with jazz as well as hip-hop through the years, so pretty cool. Starting with this album, GP, Golden Palominos, became drummer Anton Fier's baby and evolved over the years, each album different from its predecessor. This is probably the most straightforward rock album by the band. Some interesting guests on here include Bernie Worrell of P-Funk on keys, Michael Stipe on vocals of R.E.M., some heavy guitarists, even Jack Bruce and John Lydon on vocals. So, cool little thing to check out. Sounds very interesting, and yeah, definitely look forward to giving this a try. There's the label on that. Nice white label. I don't think I have anything on celluloid before, so this is pretty cool. Oh wow, I just got a peek of what this is. Oh my god, this is a grail. This is truly a grail. Ambient 4 by Brian Eno. I don't have any Brian Eno at all. I've put a bunch of it on my wish list on Amazon. I've put it on my wish list on Discogs. They're pricey no matter how you do it, and I just haven't bought any yet, but I really dig what I've heard of these. Anything Brian Eno, and wow, you blew me away with this one. Whew. That's awesome. I'll read what he wrote about this one here. Finally, an ambient classic, Brian Eno's On Land. Somehow I purchased, so this is the different ambient numbered albums. He's got water, air, land, sea kind of thing. Somehow I purchased a duplicate copy of this before I had entered my collection, most of it at least into Discogs, to avoid this sort of thing happening. Probably my all-time favorite Eno album, partially recorded at OAO Studio in Brooklyn, where a young Bill Laswell and his even younger cohort, Michael Van Horn, then about 16 years old, and Martin BC were getting started in the Material Band production crew. Laswell had harassed Eno, at the time living in New York City, into doing some work together, and Eno agreed to buy some equipment to furnish OAO Studios so he'd have a place to work in his new ambient style music at his leisure. So there's the Bill Laswell connection there. I know he talked about that when he did a whole video series on Bill Laswell and talked about this connection between Eno and him. So that's really cool. But yeah, thank you very much for this. Really cool. And this is on the Editions EG label. Very nice. So yeah, that was a killer VCLT score. Thank you so much, Mike. I'm sorry what I gave you is not nearly the quality of what you gave me. I'm hoping you can at least get some use out of that piece of equipment. I'll have to try harder in the future. It's just it's tough finding stuff. But yeah, thank you very much, Mike, again, and thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this sort of look into a really killer piece of VCLT. Thank you all so much. Please check out Mike's channel. He's got an awesome channel. He definitely has a very thorough knowledge of musical history, and definitely more into the obscure stuff that I don't know a lot about. A lot of this stuff that he knows a lot about, that he was into back in the 80s and 90s, and those kind of the more stuff when in the 80s and 90s I was really into just what was on the radio kind of stuff mostly, and a little bit of hip hop. And I'm just rambling anyway. So thank you for watching. Check out Mike's channel. Thank you again, Mike. And I need to get together again soon. See y'all later. Cheers.